what's up? I'm M2K, I'm from Neilaworld, and basically in this video I'll be running through how I would go about making a synth-inspired beat for SoFaygo or Lil Uzi. I'll be showing you how I made that from scratch, including, all the presets, all the effects and the drum sounds I'll be using. So yeah, without further ado, I hope you enjoy, and let's get into the video. Basically, I've pulled up 2 copies of Serum here. In the first one is just this simple wave here. We've got 16 on the unison, and then we've detuned it a bit, and then the blend is as so. No, I've literally got nothing else going on there. Rather, aside from the portamento here, is just it's turned up kind of almost halfway, so that I'm getting a bit of slide, but it's not kind of being too dramatic with with those slides, because it can get a bit distracting like that, in my opinion. And then also we've got a patch here from my recent Serum bank. This one's called Backseat, and I've just taken off one of the oscillators. Yeah, I'll link this that kit down below. And then yeah, you can find these things all already organized in the patch if you use it. But anyway, I'm literally just gonna put in some MIDI, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, bear with me. So yeah, just to jump back in real quick, what I've done there is I've just pressed Alt and Y at the same time, and that brings up in the top left is the score flipper. Basically what that does is it just transposes whatever notes you put in the piano roll to whichever direction that you specify in the score flipper, so it's horizontal or vertical. And I'm literally just going to click horizontal and then unclick preserve start times, because sometimes that can fuck up the rhythm. So yeah, let me quick accept and just see how that sounds. Alright, yeah, so sometimes what I like to do is, once I've actually created the MIDI, and I'm not 100% happy with it, so if I'm in that scenario, basically what I'll do is sometimes I'll like how the MIDI sounds, but I won't like how it's actually structured. So I'll literally, instead of throwing away the MIDI, which is sometimes you'll think, oh, this idea is bullshit, and I'll just bin it. You just search through the MIDI, see if you can use it in a different way. So I'm literally just gonna take this and move it there, and to me that already look, I'll play it now, but to me this immediately sounds a lot more interesting. So yeah, now I'm going to copy this over into the other oscillator, the other synth, and I'll see what that sounds. Alright, yeah, I'm happy with that. So yeah, now I'm just going to go about editing the sounds, and I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing that. But yeah, let's get to it. Alright, yeah, so basically, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this this VST called Guitar Rig. Now, I think currently this sound kind of is too complex, so I'm going to make it a bit more kind of metallic, a bit nicer sounding, just using this shit. So I'll find a preset that sounds good, I'll tweak it, and then I'll hop back right in. So what we've got going on here is just a simple Guitar Rig preset, and it's just editing a few things, making the sound a bit more pleasing. So as you can hear, this is taking out a lot of the high end, it's distorting it a bit as well, and it's just adding some space with this echo. So layered with the other sounds. Alright, so yeah, I basically just added in a shaper box here, and that's just adding some nice, you know, changing the sound a bit. It was a bit too dry before, so yeah, I think that blends nicely. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. So yeah, now I'm just gonna pull up a couple instances of purity. I have a couple of these that I really like using. I think these could fit nicely, so I'm just gonna pull those out right now. Alright, yeah, so we've got these leads pulled up. So the first one sounds like this. Kind of airy, but I feel like this also has that synthy quality that could match this melody really nicely, so yeah. So I'm fucking with how that sounds, but I'm not exactly thinking the melody's too bright, or it's not bright enough rather. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw on a wave shell, which basically just is a pitching plugin by Waves Audio, and I'm gonna pitch this up a few semitones to see how it sounds. So yeah, basically what I've done there is I've literally just added a quick automation clip for this this like tape off effect on this instance of gross beat, and that's literally just automating on this purity here, and that's just to add a bit more like flavor to the lead, kind of like that tape off effect. Yeah, I don't know, it just sounds cool, I think. Yeah. I'm just going to add a really simple sine lead in from Serum. To go above that, I would literally just click on where it says default and the oscillator, and you go to analog, and you just scroll till it says analog_BD_syn, and then I'm going to click mono and legato, and I'm going to increase the quarter, and that's going to mean that we have a nice sliding sine lead. Yeah, I'm really happy with the synth components of this so far. So yeah, I'm going to move on to just a really quick vocal element. So a good way to add vocals into your loops, if that's something that you struggle with and you're not kind of trying to buy a VST like Arcade or Exhale from output, you know, and you're not trying to, you know, invest in that, for instance, then a good way to do that would be just to download free sample packs containing vocal chops off the internet. So if you Google, you know, something like Reddit vocal sample pack, or you know, if you go to this you know, this bank here, here we go. So yeah, if you go to this Euphoria vocal sample pack, that's a free vocal pack from Cymatics, and if you go to just vocal chops, you'll find some really high quality vocal chops from Cymatics that you can just download anywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna scroll through, I'm gonna find one that works, and then I'll show you how I would chop that. Alright, yeah, so I found this this vocal from that pack, and now what I'm gonna quickly do is I'm just gonna make sure that all of my sorry, didn't see that, all of my audio clips are snapping to the right time signature in my multi-track. So to ensure that, I'd literally just go to this this bar here. Now it won't show you when I click it, but what it should show you is left click on tools, scroll down to macros, scroll down to switch all audio clips to, and then you want to click on real-time stretching. That's going to set all of them to real-time stretching, so that it sticks to your tempo when you edit that, and you don't need to go about stretching it every single time that you change that. So then I'm going to drag on. So yeah, right here we're on 110 BPM, that fits nicely. So yeah, I'm going to edit this now, and I'll show you what I'll do.
Nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows.
Alright, that's sounding good. So yeah, I'm gonna put that into a new track, and then I'm just gonna pitch up, sorry, reset our BPM to what it previously was, which was 145. So here we are.
Nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows.
Okay, now I'm gonna go back to this vocal melody. I'm just gonna, you know, EQ it. I'm gonna add maybe a shaper box just so it sounds a bit more interesting. I'm gonna add some reverb just so it's a bit, you know, a bit more present, and then we'll see how we're doing. So yeah, I'm just doing most of this by ear right now. So I've just added this sign here, and I've decreased the attack slightly so that when it goes on to this initial note, it's kind of more like it's blending into the rest of the melody rather than standing out as its own individual part. And I think that that is something that you should really take into account when you're creating these kind of synthy leads, these synthy melodies. You know, what I'm commonly trying to do is I'm just aiming for things to blend into each other rather than having lots of individual strands going on at once, kind of, because then it's almost like the melody's interrupting itself. You want it to flow very cleanly, I think, when you're going for kind of like the slow, like Faygo synth inspired shit, or at least that's how I would create it personally. So yeah, this is what we got so far in terms of the melody. Okay, yeah, so that's our basically almost completed melody. I'm going to arrange it and then export it as an individual loop, and then I'll put that into a separate multi-track, and then we'll crack on with the beat. But yeah, just I'll run down everything that I've done just so you guys, there's a bit more clarity. So here on this layer right here, this is our second Serum patch from the beginning that we've exported into a audio clip. we've ran that through a shaper box and a guitar rig, an EQ, and also this wider synth, which is from Infected Mushroom, and it's a panning effect, not synth, sorry. Then here we've literally just got this synth from Serum. It's a fucking, triangle lead, is that, or whatever. And yeah, we've increased the unison, and then we've just ran that through with a wider and an EQ. Then we've got this vocal chop here from the Cymatics bank that I was mentioning. We've got these purity leads. That's pretty much it, guys. That there's not too many components. You want things to kind of bounce off each other quite nicely, and not have you want it to sound full but not distracting. Yeah. So I'm gonna lay this out. I'll show you how that looks. Then I'll export it, and then we'll jump back in. This is essentially what it looks like laid out. Now normally if I'm like exporting a melody as a loop, I'd probably excuse me, I'd probably put a bit more time into laying it out, and just thinking about which layers would go best with which and such. But right now I'm just gonna leave it simple. I'm gonna export this, and then I'm gonna bring in a new multi-track where we'll complete the beat. So yeah, give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so I'm back now. Basically what I've done is I've literally just pulled up a new multi-track, and then I have placed in that loop that we just made, and then I changed the tempo to 139 BPM to match that sample. So yeah, now I'm just gonna get out some drum sounds. I'm gonna build this beat. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Yeah, so I pulled up some sounds from some various banks. So yeah, we've got like an open hat from a Nick Mirror kit. Then these are all sounds from this kit called Beats by HT Drumkit. And then just some assorted collabs and shit that I had lying around. But yeah, I'm gonna get to work on building the bounce for this beat, and then yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy as far as the as far as the bounce is going here. So now I'm just gonna move on to the to the bass line, the 808, and then we'll be arranging and we'll almost be done. Yeah, so I'll just quickly show you what the actual bounce without the melody is looking like right now. And yeah, just to show you how I did this, well, it's not so much a difficult technique as much as it's a trick. So if you're trying to create hi-hat rolls and you're trying to change velocity quickly without kind of this imprecise, like, if you're dragging your mouse and just doing it like that, it can be a bit difficult. Literally just hold right click, select this and hold right click as you're dragging, and then this will create a solid line for you that will stick to your grid so that you can create more smooth hi-hat rolls. So yeah. Okay, so I've just pulled up this Destroy 808 from the Filthy X Lukrative drum kit. You can find that in the description as well. But yeah, I've just put this envelope on it real quick so that I can control when the end of the note is, so that I'm not getting any drifting. And you also want to click cut self. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just lay out a drum pattern, a bass pattern rather. Alright, yeah, so I've come back with this 808 pattern real quick. It's pretty simple, but I think it's knocking pretty hard. So yeah, I'll show you what that sounds like without the melody. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna click on the mixer state, the mixer track rather, where our kick is heading to. So if we look here, that is 14, so we'll scroll to 14, and that is right. So then we're gonna right click here where it's just below where the 808 is routing to, and it's gonna come up with something that says sidechain to this track. So you wanna click sidechain to this track, and then you're gonna go to Fruity Limiter. Now I have this already made. This is just a little preset that lets me sidechain. But basically, if you pause this video and you copy what I'm showing you here, this is just a quick little sidechaining envelope to let your kick hit a bit more clearly alongside your 808. So look, I'll show you what this sounds like with and then without. Okay, and then this is without. So as you can see, it's just a bit more clarity, so yeah. Alright, yeah guys, so I'm back. I've arranged the beat ever so slightly. Now, yeah, all I've literally done to get to this point is, you know, when I had my multi-track, I just split by channel by right-clicking on it, and that gives me all of my, you know, all of my channel states separated so I can arrange them however I like. So I've just done that. I've created a quick little intro here. Now, yeah, all that's left to do is pretty much throw on the Neilaworld tag, and then I'll be good to play. So yeah. Alright, yeah guys, I appreciate you fucking with the video. Yeah, give me any feedback. Let me know what you'd like to see next time. Yeah, this is the beat. Thank you very much for watching.